Hello everybody, please forgive my hair. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and I am here today to do my May wrap up video. It is Wednesday. I keep having I've filmed clips for another video and I am still looking at my phone to see what the day is. It is Wednesday, May the 31st. And I have my notebook over here, and it is underneath all the books I've read, which aren't very many. But to be fair, it was the end of school. So, not that I'm going to school. I teach school. For those of you that were unaware. Okay, I'm just going to go through these. If they weren't the first thing I read, then it's okay. I'll also tell you what prompt I read them for. Maybe. I don't think I read any. Sorry. My mom has been out and about today and she's asking me did I need anything. So, let's see. There we go. We're going to start with this one, and I read this because, well, it was just a because I thought, okay, Paperbacks and Ponytails, her name is Katie, but her channel name is Paperbacks and Ponytails, and I played her game twice, and I had my mom choose a book for me. And that was the first time that I played the game. And then I played again to try to get some books on there that would fit the MontgomerMAY categories. Guess what? It didn't work. I did a lot of mood reading this month. I didn't get many of my TBR read. So, I will tell you that on my Kindle, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, I'm only 30% through. It didn't get finished. The Big Dark Sky, it didn't get finished. That was Disguise. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd has a map. Word Travel in the title was Gulliver's Travels. It didn't get read. My standalone was Kill Me of the Orchard. I think that's how you say it. It didn't get read. I had a suitcase, which was These Hollow Vows. It didn't get read. Nonfiction was House of Dreams. It didn't get read. And I am in the process of reading Jane Eyre. That's why I had mood reading, because I read too many books that I wanted to read and not my TBR. Okay, so in the process of asking my mom to choose a book for me, I ended up starting it and finishing it on the 5th, What Lies in the Woods, and didn't realize it wasn't on my new TBR until I was finished and went to mark it off. And so, but it was a thriller, and I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This is about, okay, 3 girls, I think, Naomi, Cassidy, and Olivia. And as kids, they meet and they become really good friends, and they play in the woods. And one day, one of them is stabbed, and she survives her stabbing. And they identify the murderer, and they put him in prison. And they're deemed heroes, but they were liars. And then you begin to see exactly what happened that day. It's told in it's 2 timelines. You're seeing as it proceeds forward from the day, well, I'm not saying this very well. You're seeing what happens through the eyes of the girl that was stabbed as she was a little girl, but also today, in today's time. So, anyway, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. And my mom, when I was reading the synopsis of, I gave her a choice of 6 books. This is the one that she wanted to know what the secret. 5 stars. I would recommend it. I enjoyed it. I hope this is enough light. Okay. The next book that I have sitting beside me, I had on my TBR several times, and then I put it down. This is The Haunting of Maddie Clare. I love this book. 5 stars. I finished it on the 9th. It was amazing. I loved it. So, Sarah Piper, this is set back in the 20s in England, 1920. And Sarah Piper takes a job with Alistair Gellis. I'm not sure how you say his last name. And he is a ghost hunter, but she does not realize that. She's just interviewing for a personal assistant position. And let me turn this light on just for a little bit of light. So she meets him for this interview, and then he tells her what he's interviewing her for, and he hires her, and she thinks, why not? She doesn't really believe, but she, believes him. And he has another assistant who happens to be away at the moment, but this assistant would prove unnecessary at the present time, because this ghost hates men, and so he needs a lady to go in to get in contact with this ghost. And so Sarah takes the job, and then she meets the assistant, and the assistant's name is Matthew Ryder. So the 3 of them have to contact Maddie Clare. Well, Sarah has to contact Maddie Clare, and then they have to decide how to make her cross over and help her. And so it is awesome. I love Simone St. James's writing. I absolutely love her writing. And then there's a story. There is a big story of why she hates men, and I'm sure a lot of people already know. So the next one I didn't finish it until the 20th. I had started it. I was halfway through it. I think I picked it up as soon as it came in, and then I set it back down because it wasn't on my TBR. But I went ahead and finished it anyway. It's Open Water. This is the most beautiful writing I have ever read in my life. I gave it 5 stars. And this is a story about 2 people who find their true love, but circumstances and situations keep them apart. And then you see some real life experiences happen to one of them. And you're really thrown into it. And the writer writes from the perspective of, you are the character. And it is just so well written. And it's a small book, but it's just so in depth. I was annotating. There were pages where I just had to start, marking the whole page, with those squiggly lines, because it is such beautiful writing. And I really hope, I haven't looked into this writer's background, but I hope he has some more books, or he has one coming out soon or something, because this was amazing and phenomenal book. 5 stars. 5 stars. So wonderful. And I loved it. So then, well, since I'm on this page in my notebook, I finished that one on the 20th. I had started it earlier, picked it back up halfway through the month. And so, The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. This one I gave 4 stars. I didn't like some of the things. The main couple in here that it starts out with, the two that moved to the cottage, that are living at the cottage on the cliff. I don't care for them at the end, and the way things turn out. So I like the secondary couple better, but it's still a great book. I still enjoyed it immensely, and definitely great read. This is about, as I said, a couple who have moved to a cottage, and there's a cliff next to it, and people go there to end their life. And the husband, Gabe, I believe is his name, yes, has he has been going out when they see people there at the cliff. He runs out and talks to them, and has had a successful time of bringing them back from the cliff. And I think there were 5, and then a woman comes up, and the wife doesn't know if he pushes her or if she falls or jumps or what. So then we go into this big ordeal of who she was and why she was there, and did he push her, and all this. So, and then there's another underlying story behind that, and I like the underlying story. All of the stories I really enjoyed. The ending wasn't something that I enjoyed. Okay, that's why I dropped a star. Okay, so they also have 2 daughters, and the story behind that is also a story within itself, but still a great book, and I gave it 4 stars. All right, so let me see if those matched any of my prompts. Flipping. Okay, so The Soulmate was my suitcase. It was a friend. No, just a suitcase. I don't even know what the suitcase is. Anyway. All right. So then I have a hot pink color, and I chose for that one, I chose this. It's got some hot pink in here, and it's The Only Survivors. Again, 4 stars. I have to quit giving everything 5 stars, guys, because I did enjoy this. I really liked it. And this is about a group of people who survived an accident in high school. It was bus accident, van accidents. I believe it was their senior trip. And there were 9 of them. And one of them, the following year, killed herself. And then they agreed to meet every year after that to keep them accountable. I believe it's that. Okay. Yes. So a year after that, they agreed to meet. Okay. They survived the crash, and then a year after the crash, somebody commits suicide. And then they agreed to meet every year after that to keep themselves accountable and to keep one another safe, or both. So then, I can't remember her name. Cassidy has decided she's going to distance herself from them. She's going to live her life. She's done with this, and she's going to move on. So she started taking steps to do that, and she has, changed her name, or she's changed her number and stopped, answering the emails. And then she finds out that one of them, it's coming up on the anniversary, and she finds out that somebody else has committed suicide. So she goes running back to the get together, and has to figure out what's going on. And so you're also seeing clips of what happened in the past from that too. So 4 stars. There was a character in here that I'm not sure what part he played, but I really thought he was going to have something to do with the end. But I don't know. I don't know if he was just there to throw suspicion or what. But anyway, I just love this cover. I just love these colors on this book. But yes. So now, my reader's choice was Anne of Green Gables, and it was the only thing I finished. Well, I did read a short story that Ellen Montgomery wrote, but I cannot remember the name of it. I read a poem too referenced by Anne, and that's The Maiden's Vow. But I read, I can't remember. Something about an advertisement, an essay on I don't remember. Anyway, it was one of her short stories. I can't remember what it was. I never did watch an adaptation, and I didn't read the group read. I didn't read the nonfiction, and I didn't read a poem or anything aloud. But I did read Anne of Green Gables, which has been on my TBR for a couple months. And I gave it 5 stars. This is also my niece's favorite classic, and I understand why. I cried, I boo-hooed. So, finished this 3 nights ago. The 28th. 2 nights ago, whatever. 3 nights ago. I finished it on the 28th. And most of you know what Anne of Green Gables is. She's an orphan. She doesn't have any family. She's a little red-headed, freckle-faced, plain-looking little girl. And Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert want a little boy to help Matthew on the farm. Marilla and Matthew are brother and sister, and they own Green Gables. And so he goes to pick up this little boy that they are adopting, and it turns out to be Anne. And it is just a beautiful story. So I enjoyed it so much, and cried my eyes out. So several times. But the first time being when she thought she was going to have to go back. But anyway, that is it. That is everything I've read this month. And yes, so I am 200 pages into Jane Eyre, and I'm not going to get it finished tonight because I have 7 hours left, and I still have to edit my vlog. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, click that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.